Everybody talks about being a five-tool guy, but the truth, most players I see, they don't even have two. You want to play D1, pro ball? Cool. But can you throw a strike? Can you square up a fastball? This episode is going to hurt, but it's also going to help. I'll break down all five tools, how to stack them, and how to stop fooling yourself about where you're at right now. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ian Miller, and I was a 9-0 hitter from Little League to the big leagues. I got cut from multiple teams. I only had one standout tool. I was just like you. And here at the 9-0, man, this is where the next generation of nobodies become somebodies. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's get into it. So let's talk about the tools, the grading system. We all know what goes behind them, but man, let's dive into it at a little deeper level, man. Baseball's tough. We know that. We think we need to have all of these tools in order to maximize our careers, man. In reality, this is crazy. We only need one good standout tool that makes us separate from everybody else. We just have to have one good tool on one good day in front of one good coach or one good opportunity or one good scout, and the entirety of our careers can change. Do you know that? Do you understand that? Are you playing like that? Or are you playing like all of the odds and everything is just stacked against you? Man, you do not have to be Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge in order to get to the big leagues, bro. You do not have to have all five tools. You don't. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's define these tools. Let's dive into what they are and what you need to do in order to maximize, dude. Tool number one, hit for average. When I think about this, I think about Luis Ariz, dude. Bat to ball skills. Doesn't necessarily strike out, maybe doesn't necessarily walk a whole lot. If it's anywhere near the zone, you're able to just pepper it, dude. You can shoot the gaps, man. We're not even talking about power yet. We're just talking about hitting for average. This is obviously going to play a big role in the type of noise and recruitment and the hype that is built around you, okay? If you can hit for a high average, bro, you have a good hit tool, there's probably going to be opportunity for you, right? Number two, hit for power. This can also make a lot of noise, right? You can get a whole lot of eyeballs on you if you go to a showcase and you just put up power numbers. We see these power showcases, dude. We see bat flips. We see things on TikTok and Instagram about all these like crazy home runs, 12U, 13U, 16U, bro. I get it, okay? Hitting for power is huge. What's the difference between being able every once in a while to hit a ball 450, 470 feet? Whoa, but having a high strikeout rate, or being able to hit the ball 420 to 430 feet, right, and hit 20 to 25 a year and maybe lower that strikeout. Dude, there's different types of power, okay? You can have light tower power, or you could be a potential 25 to 30 home run dude, okay? Different types of power, and it's important to understand what kind of hitter you are, right? So first, we have hitting for average. Second, we have hitting for power. These are two tools that have to do with offensive production, of course. Number three, this was my tool. This was the thing that I needed to maximize and double down on because I was faster than everybody else, okay? Number three, speed. Speed's huge, okay? You're either born with it or you're not. You can't necessarily shave like 1.5 seconds off your 60-yard dash time in the span of like 2 years in high school, okay? You're born with what you got. We can double down on it. We can work on like speed exercises, dude. We can work on explosion. We can work on refining your mechanics, whether it's like running the 60-yard dash in an efficient manner, or whether it's like stolen base starts. Are you doing the right thing? Are you maximizing your lead? Are you doing it the right way? All of these things we'll talk about. We can dive into it, but speed is that third tool. Number four, defense. This is something that I struggled with. I had to double down on speed in order to make up for hitting for average, hitting for power, defense. My arm strength was pretty good, right? But I needed to double down on speed because number four, defense, I struggled, bro. If you play a premier position up the middle, right? We're talking about a catcher. We're talking about a shortstop. We're talking about a center fielder, bro. You probably have that fourth tool, defense. If you can bring a good, solid, doesn't have to be insanely flashy, dude, but if you can make the routine plays, you can be trusted at short, you can be trusted to go get the ball at center, dude, you get opportunities for that. You don't necessarily have to hit 350 with 20, 30 pumps a year in order to be a gold glove shortstop and to make $100 million in the big leagues, dude, right? That glove, man, that defense is huge. We'll break it down a little bit. It's not just like being able to field a ground ball or being able to, right? It's good instincts. It's good first step movement. We'll talk all about it, okay? The fifth tool, arm strength. Can you throw BBs on a line? Okay, we're not just necessarily talking about pitching, right? And being able to throw 90 plus, bro. Do you have good carry? Do you have good backspin on your throw? Can you throw it in the vicinity, right? Dude, okay, it's great if you can like crow hop and let it absolutely eat and throw it 100 miles an hour up the backstop, bro. But if you have no idea where it's going, what good does the arm strength do you? We talk about that dude that can hit for power and hit the ball 450 plus feet. He's got a 115 batting average with 78 strikeouts and 100 at bats, bro. Stinks. I don't want that shit, right? Arm strength. Do you have a freak arm? You just got the yippity crickets. You have no idea where the baseball's going, right? I mean, that stinks. We don't want that. But those are the 5 tools, okay? Hit for average, hit for power, speed, defense, and arm strength, all right? Understand that you don't necessarily need to have all of this stuff packaged up in your player profile, dude. All you need is one really, really good tool on one really, really good day in front of one really, really good person, and you can't control all that shit. So all you need to do is double down on the stuff that you're already good at in order to give yourself the maximum opportunity. Listen, if you're not measuring yourself on these tools, dude, you're just hoping. You're just hoping for an opportunity at the next level. You're just hoping for somebody to see you. Stinks. Stop it, okay? Stop it. Pick 2 of these tools, man. We just went through them, right? We just went through those 5 tools. Pick 2 of them. Sharpen the sword. Double down on them this summer. The high school season, the college season, dude, baseball season, if you're not a professional, it's coming to an end. We're looking into summer now. We gotta let it eat this summer, boys. We gotta double down on this stuff, right? Does that make sense? If you have the hit tool, dude, if you can hit for a high average, let's evolve. Let's chip away, dude. What's the next step, dude? Let's learn how to bunt. Let's learn how to lay one down on the first base line or the left field line at will, regardless of the count, regardless of the situation. Think about if Luis Ariz, as a 330 hitter, just laid down bunts at will and added another like 50, 70 points to his average. It would be sickening, right? We can get better. Arm strength, dude. Let's say if that's your tool, let's learn how to be precise. Let's learn how to be able to pull it down across the infield and hit our first baseman in the chest. Or if we're in the outfield, bro, let's just pepper that cutoff man. Right? We don't necessarily have to be able to throw the ball on a line in a freaking BB like Ichiro Suzuki to every single base, dude. Don't have to do that. Let's learn how to be precise. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Take a sip of water right there. So let's talk about where most players are delusional. Okay, we need to get serious. We need to get real in how we evaluate ourselves. Please, we cannot get better and build the path forward if we think we are a 5-tool baseball player and we are bought into the fact that we are the next Shohei Ohtani, the next Mike Trout, the next Aaron Judge. Brother, you're 5'6", and you're a speed guy. And you don't know how to play. You don't know how to play the corners. You can't really let's come on, my guy. Right? You say you've got a cannon, but you can't throw 80 miles an hour across the diamond. You say you're a power hitter, and you've got 1 home run in 2 years. You say you're fast, and you run a 4.7 home to first. Stop, dude. Stop it. Come on. We need to get real. We can't build a path forward if we are lying to ourselves and we're living in fantasy land. Okay. The guys getting recruited, the guys at the next level, okay? The guys that are getting these opportunities, they have data. They have game performance to back it up. If you aren't like evaluating yourself on those tools and you aren't being serious with yourself, you just have vibes, dude. You don't have data to back it up. You don't have game performance to fall back on, dude. You just have vibes. You don't get recruited off vibes, dude. That's crazy, but kind of need to hear that, right? Kind of need to hear that. If you're chasing offers, act like your career depends on a scout watching you today because it damn well might. How crazy is that? Are we thinking about that? Might come down to it today. This summer, dude, again, we're going to talk about this summer. Let's prioritize getting some solid in-game footage. Let's use it to our advantage. Let's not just go through the motions this summer, dude. Let's play baseball. Let's get better, but let's also use that to benefit us. Have your old man or have your mom or have a friend like video something in the stands just the way I did, dude. I outreached it to everybody. That's how I got seen. Let's prioritize getting some solid in-game footage this summer, regardless of where you're playing. If you're youth level, dude, if you're in high school, dude, college, professional, get some good footage of yourself. Use it for feedback. Use it for outreach. Use it for leverage. I promise you, it'll benefit you in some way, whether it's recruiting, whether it's the portal, dude, whether it's anything, man. Get some good footage, get some good feedback, and let's use it to build a plan forward. Now, let's talk about, lastly, how to stack these tools for real. Okay, we understand what the 5 tools are. We are going to start understanding we can't lie to ourselves. We have to be real when we're evaluating ourselves. That's how we build a path forward. Now, we need to understand how to stack these bad boys. How are we going to use this stuff to our advantage in the overall player development process? Well, we can't just be scrolling through TikTok one day and just say, hey, this drill looks pretty sexy. Hey, I like this concept. Let me implement it and change up everything what I'm doing, man. We need to start training what transfers, dude. We need to train what works. We need to double down on it. Not just TikTok drills from some dude who's working on some, like, whatever this hitting technique is. And like, dude, I get it. Okay. Train the shit that gets you ready. Don't train all that other outside noise, man. There's a ton of people that are talking and they have no idea what they're talking about. You understand what gets you and your swing ready. You know what your swing needs. Double down on it. Okay. Number 2, let's keep track of this stuff, bro. Let's measure these measurables weekly. Let's pay attention to the stuff that is helping us, and let's take inventory and maybe get rid of the stuff that is hurting us. Pay attention to what works. Pay attention to what doesn't. Build a plan forward with that. Number 3, don't build everything all at once. Just like we were talking about with those 5 tools. Bro, you do not need to be a 5-tool baseball player in order to play Division I baseball, in order to get drafted, in order to make it to the big leagues. You don't. You don't have to build everything all at once. You don't have to inherit all of these tools and have them all at once. It's compound development. We need to chip away, or else we are going to get overwhelmed. Imagine you try to build an 80 grade hit tool, an 80 grade defense, an 80 grade throw tool, power, all that good. Like, dude, you're going to get overwhelmed. And then the fastball's already by you. And then, dude, you're 0 for 12. And now, dude, you're benched, right? That's how seasons get ruined. Players don't even understand that. They're not even freaking conscious of that. We tried to build everything all at once. You're slumping. The swing isn't working. The offseason adjustments aren't working. Guess what we don't want to do? Get overwhelmed. Break it all down and strip it all and try to get it all back together at once. Dude, we got a game tonight at 7:05. Compete. Don't build everything all at once. It's compound development. Like I said, dude, 1% better every single day. Just chip away at it, dude. If we get overwhelmed, man, we cannot compete. Lastly, number 4, start with your best 1 to 2 tools. Okay? We're not going to build all 5 tools and be an 80 grade player right off the bat, dude. Okay? Start with your best 1 to 2 tools. Is it your defense? Is it your speed? Okay? For me, it was my speed and my arm. I didn't know how to play defense. I didn't know how to hit. Damn sure didn't know how to hit. Start with your best 1 to 2 tools. Dominate that stuff. Build your off season around enhancing that stuff and around getting better at that stuff. If you can hit, dope. Learn how to bunt, base hit bunt, sack bunt, move them on command, lay it down, boop, boop, on. Dude, it will make you so freaking valuable. You're great at defense, dude. You can go run the ball down. Okay, let's work on getting in on the baseball, right? Maybe we play super deep this summer and we work on breaks coming in. Or if we're working on, like, turning off the baseball, looking off, picking it back up and running to the spot, dude, let's play in this summer, right? Like, choose 1 or 2 tools, things you're good at, dominate on them, double down, build your offseason around them, and bro, 365 days from now, you will be freaking stunned at where you're at. That's how you get better season after season, even if you aren't hitting 300, even if you aren't first team all conference, even if you're in the 9 hole. This is the stuff that can get you exponentially better year after year after year. This is how 9 hole underdogs can get to the big leagues. Does that make sense? Nobody gets recruited for being freaking average or freaking just decent at all 5 of these tools, man. No, that's an average baseball player, dude. You're average at all 5 of these tools. Sick, bro. Enjoy being nothing, right? Players get recruited for being elite at 1 or 2 of these tools, man. Look yourself in the mirror. What are they? We need to double down on them this offseason. There's no negotiating that. Okay? Audit your game. What does that mean? That's a crazy word, audit. Take inventory of your game. Let's evaluate this stuff, man. Let's keep track of this stuff. Where are you elite? Where are you exposed, man? Where are you vulnerable? Where does your game stink? Let's build from there. But we need to reflect on that with like authenticity, dude. We can't BS ourselves. All right. Stop chasing all 5 of these tools and double down on your best shot. We got cameras all over this place, dude. I absolutely love it. We're past 15,000 on Instagram. We're past 25,000 on all platforms together. The 9-hole is moving. Gentlemen, I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to be at the College World Series live with Chip's Performance, Alex Hale. Dude, it's going to be awesome. I want to end with this. You do not need all 5 tools to get to the next level. Regardless of where you're at, you do not need all 5. But you need to stop pretending that you have all of them. You want to separate yourself, dude? Own your strengths, attack your weaknesses, and get ruthless with your development. I am talking ruthless. Drop a comment with the tool you're currently building, man. What are you working on? What are you developing? What are you strengthening? Like and subscribe and join the 9-hole newsletter if you want weekly fire in your inbox to stay locked in. And most importantly, fellas, keep grinding.